CBS News Miami.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. I'm Najahe Sherman, and welcome to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. Let's take a look at today's top stories.
Always alerting, always tracking. This is Next Weather.
Off the top, we are tracking the timing of bad weather moving through the area. Taking a live look outside, clouds are already starting to show up ahead of storms arriving tomorrow. Let's get right to Next Weather meteorologist Cindy Pressler tracking it all. Cindy.
Naja, the next 2 days are going to be alert days. You want to really pay attention to what's going on. We're expecting a very potent storm system to cross the Florida Peninsula with the heaviest rain falling right across South Florida. This is going to be mostly on Friday, then tapering off by Saturday afternoon. Severe storms, even the threat of tornadoes. That is going to be a threat. We'll have some rotation in the clouds, so that's something to watch for. Very heavy rainfall. Flooding is going to be a threat. Strong to damaging winds as well, and just straight winds just because of the tight pressure gradient, not even due to thunderstorms, but just because we're going to have gusty winds up to 40 miles per hour. So let's start with the flood watch. That goes into effect from Friday morning through Saturday evening. We could see as much as 3 to 5 inches. That includes everyone here across Broward and Miami-Dade County, Monroe County as well. We're expecting anywhere from 3 to 5, especially across this area, across southern Miami-Dade, southern Monroe. Then it tapers off a little bit to the north, 2, maybe 3 inches, Fort Lauderdale and Miami. But of course, it all depends on the track of an area of low pressure. So this could change. There still is time for that to happen. So you want to be prepared for very heavy rainfall and the threat of some flooding there. Also, a wind advisory goes into effect tomorrow at noon, and that's going to last until 8 p.m. on Saturday evening, right along the coastal areas. South winds starting off, turning to the southeast early, turning to south by the afternoon. So let's time these winds out. So by tomorrow, we're going to have some gusts up to 35 miles per hour by 1 o'clock in the afternoon. There's your southeasterly flow. Homestead 35, Fort Lauderdale area even stronger, up to 40 mile per hour gusts. That backs off tomorrow night. And then again on Saturday at 6 a.m. right across the southern areas, 20 to 25 mile per hour gusts tapering off by the afternoon. So really, this is going to be one powerful system. Severe threat, that's for Friday across southern part of Broward all the way through Miami-Dade, including the Keys. The Keys are going to pick up a lot of heavy rain as well. Saturday, we're going to begin to push that back down to the south. So both days, very important that you keep an eye to the sky. Where is the system now? Area of low pressure over Texas. That's going to make its way to the east. Drag a cold front first and then a warm front, bringing so much tropical moisture. This is why we're thinking this heavy rain is going to sit right across South Florida, eventually tapering off by Saturday afternoon, and by Sunday, well, the sun will be out, so things will be improving a great deal. So here's your forecast and what we need to watch for, especially Friday. We'll have rounds of heavy rain starting in the morning, again afternoon into Friday night. So a flood watch in effect, temperatures in the upper 70s. Saturday again, especially in the morning, tapering off by the afternoon. Sunday looks much better, dry, and look at next week, beautiful conditions, highs in the lower 80s with lots of sunshine.
All right, Cindy, thank you. The longest tenured coach in the ACC at the helm of Miami for 19 years announced a surprising retirement. Katie Meier led the team to the NCAA tournament 10 times, including last year's run in the Elite Eight. In a statement, she says in part, quote, "Miami is an incredibly special place, and my journey here has been an honor and a privilege." Meier will now transition to an advisory role for Miami Athletics. We are following a developing story this afternoon. Police swarmed a Fort Lauderdale hotel. It was moments after an officer was shot in the line of duty. That officer was rushed to Broward Health Medical Center. Thankfully, the officer is expected to be okay. And we have team coverage of this story. CBS News Miami's Morgan Reiner is at the hospital where the officer is recovering. But we begin with CBS News Miami's Ted Scouten at the scene of that shooting.
A call came in just after 7:30 from someone who was here at the Holiday Inn Express saying that he had just killed someone in his hotel room. So police came out. When they got here, there was a confrontation with that man, and shots were exchanged. The guy retreated then at that point, and then later on police found that the suspect was dead. Right now they're trying to figure out from the FDLE and from the autopsy how he died. We're not being told if he died died from police gunfire or if he died from self-inflicted. We do know that 3 officers did shoot. All 3 of them are on administrative leave, as is normal procedure. Now let's take a look at when this call came in, it shut down the whole area. Hear what they had to say.
About 15 just absolute automatic guns.
Sounded like banging on a door.
Yeah, we thought someone was banging on our door, but we heard it. We jumped on the floor and we just laid there. And felt like
What was your reaction? What did you think?
we were scared. I mean, we jumped right on the floor and prayed to God.
Now, after that call came in, police mobilized pretty quickly, closing down 17th Street. Take a look at this video. This is from a guy who was passing by. It shows that there was a very large presence of the SWAT team that moved in. You can see that this was a very large force here. Once again, what happened, according to the police chief, they got a call saying that someone was killed in a hotel room. When they got over here, they found a man inside that room. There was an exchange of gunfire, and that man was killed. One officer was injured. He was shot, but it is non-life threatening. There was another officer who was also injured, not by gunfire. Again, 3 officers shot at this suspect. All 3 are on administrative leave, which is normal procedure.
That was CBS News Miami's Ted Scouten reporting from the scene. Our team coverage continues now with CBS News Miami's Morgan Reiner. She is at the hospital where the officer is now recovering.
A busy morning here at Broward Health as countless law enforcement officers made their way here to show support for their fellow officer that was shot. Take a look at this video where you can see the street outside of the trauma center is just lined with police cars, ambulances, fire trucks, many with their lights flashing. The law enforcement chaplain made his way inside the hospital at one point, and at one point there was also an emotional support golden doodle here to cheer everyone up. The good news is, as you heard, the Fort Lauderdale police officer has non-life-threatening injuries and is expected to be okay. You also heard in that press conference there was a second officer that was injured, but he was treated at the scene and not here at the hospital. In Fort Lauderdale, Morgan Reiner, CBS News, Miami.
Stay with CBS News Miami on air and online for continuing coverage. We will bring you any new developments tonight at 5. We are working to learn more about an overnight county police chase. Our crew was there as the driver flew by on the Dolphin Expressway. No word on where this started, but our crew followed behind as the driver headed north on I-95 and eventually made it to the turnpike. It all came to an end in Broward County near Coconut Creek Parkway. Driver was taken into custody. It's unclear what led up to this chase. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement is investigating a police-involved shooting in northwest Miami-Dade. Police say they were forced to shoot a man because he was armed and running toward a playground. This cell phone video shows the suspect running away from police and then police shooting him. Miami-Dade police say this all started when police tried to pull the man over for a traffic violation, but he refused to stop. Video from our Chopper 4 captured the massive police presence. The suspect is now at Jackson Memorial Hospital in critical condition. Now to the crisis in Haiti. More flights from Haiti are expected to arrive in South Florida today. Nearly 1,600 Americans are asking for help. Yesterday, more than a dozen Americans arrived in Central Florida. CBS News Miami's Peter Dench reports from Miami International Airport.
Here at Miami International Airport, we've been speaking with dozens of people who just arrived on board a State Department flight from Camp Haitian on the north coast of Haiti. They're telling us what's been happening in that country and their concerns amid the escalating gang violence in that country. Many tell us they are truly relieved to be here. We'll have that story coming up, starting live at 5 in just an hour. At Miami International Airport, Peter Dench, CBS News, Miami.
When we come back, student loan debt forgiveness. Who will qualify for this latest round? Stay with us. Welcome back to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. The Ultra Music Festival takes over downtown Miami. It is expected to draw 55,000 people a day from all over the world. And to keep those people safe, police say they will work with federal, state, and local officials. Undercover officers will circulate in the crowd.
one of the biggest problems that we actually have are cell phone thefts. Events like this, these criminals actually take advantage of the fact that everyone's partying, jumping around, dancing, and we have some issues with pickpockets. So we tell everybody, please keep your cell phones in your front, keep all your belongings in the front, somewhere tight, have fun, enjoy yourselves. Drug use is another thing. You know, as we always tell people, you know, all our lives we always say no to drugs. You got to really be careful what you take, what you ingest.
There are noise meters in 3 nearby buildings near the festival, and that's to monitor the noise levels. The Biden administration has announced it is pushing ahead with another wave of student debt relief. CBS News Miami's Natalie reports from Washington, D.C.
The White House is sending emails to more than 77,000 student loan borrowers announcing their debt will be erased. Those who qualify include public service workers such as firefighters, nurses, and teachers who have been on the job 10 or more years, amounting to $6 billion in debt cancellation. The administration's move stems from a federal program that's been around since 2007, but Mike Pierce of the Student Borrower Protection Center says public servants have struggled to get relief.
The student loan system was broken for them. They did everything they were told. They worked in public service. They made monthly payments, and their student loan servicer lost their payments, didn't keep accurate records, didn't advise them about the rules of the program.
The Biden administration is still working on an alternative proposal to expand student loan forgiveness after the president's program to reduce debt for more than 40 million borrowers was struck down by the U.S. Supreme Court.
The Supreme Court blocked it. It blocked it. But that didn't stop me. I announced we were going to pursue alternative paths for student debt relief for as many borrowers as possible.
As an issue the president campaigned on in 2020, he's made it front and center this election year as well through a series of loan forgiveness announcements. But it's estimated tens of millions are still waiting for help.
What would you like to see?
We would like to see anybody that's experiencing hardship as a result of their student debt be able to access debt relief.
While there's bipartisan agreement that reforms are needed, congressional Republicans say the president's plan costs too much and argue it's unfair to people without loans. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
That's the CBS News Miami Quickcast. I'm Najahe Sherman. Stay tuned for more news right here on CBS News Miami, and have a great day.